Welcome to Hustler's Legacy, where the grind meets greatness and every story is a blueprint for building your own empire. This show is more than just interviews or inspiration. It's a platform for the movers, the shakers, the dream chasers. We sit down with the real hustlers from all walks of life, entrepreneurs, artists, creators, innovators. People who turn struggle into strategy and passion into purpose. So get ready, lock in. It's time to hear the stories behind the hustle. Welcome to Hustler's Legacy.
Welcome to episode 1, Hustler's Legacy. I'm Millie Mamba TV, and with me we have
Sean Frederick.
And Sean, what are you known for?
I would like to think that I'm known for heart. To be honest, I put my heart into everything that I do. So as far as being known for something specific as a hustler, I think, I could also say that I'm known as a hustler. You know, I'm legit though.
Facts.
Yeah.
Only way to go.
Yeah, for me.
And what would be those hustles that you have? Because I know you have multiple.
Right.
Like, if you could just let them know what you're really known for.
Okay, so I've refined my hustle to I'm a mover. So basically, I'm a truck driver. I get paid for garbage removal. I get paid to put things together, rip things apart, throw them out. I'm basically a problem solver, essentially. I would say with a truck. I have a truck, I have tools, and I have my brain. I'm also a barber. I've been cutting hair for 17 years. And I learned how to cut hair in a barbershop, so I'm self-taught out of necessity. I was broke when I started cutting hair, and I needed something.
Need something to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was you say you started cutting hair 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Was that your first, you would say, hustle?
No. I did parties before that. The parties is just like, imagine making $2,000 after promoting a party for like 3 months. You know?
Been there.
I didn't have the money like to invest and do it big. Like I just wanted to throw good music party where people can lime and have a good time. And it wasn't profitable. Before that, I worked. I got a paycheck from different jobs: Foot Locker, Avis, Athletes World.
Foot Locker. Were you the hookup?
No, I didn't.
You kept it straight.
No, I just, like for me, I think I'm rigid. Like some people are more smooth, some people are more suave. Like me, I'll let you know, I want the hookup. Like I wanna be the guy that can hook shit up, but it doesn't work like that. Like it's not realistic, So it's like, for me, I was a top seller at Foot Locker when I was there. Like once I figured it out, like I was going at everyone's neck. That's who I was. I just wanted to be number one. I'm competitive. Like, so that would say another element of my identity is I'm extremely competitive.
And was Foot Locker based off commission?
At the time when I was doing it, yes.
Strictly, or there was a salary?
There was from what I remember, I don't remember the money that I made because it wasn't any large amount of money. I just remember checking the sheet at the end of the day to see who was first. And that's what I wanted.
That's it.
Yeah. And I was always first on the list. But I was rude. I was standoffish. Like, I didn't really like people talking to me the wrong way. I just was there for what I was there for. And me and the manager clashed. And in the hierarchy, I had to go.
You had to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your first introduction to doing like cutting hair? Like, how did that come about?
DJ Deli. From one of the parties that I was throwing, DJ Deli was a barber, and he asked me if I wanted to cut hair, and like randomly. And I was like, yeah, for sure. I would love to. And I met Pops where he works, Supercuts in LaSalle on Dollard. And literally I gave Andel a lineup. It wasn't even anything serious because he already had a lineup, and they gave me a chair in the corner.
Okay.
So I started cutting hair. I went and bought clippers next door at Princessa, also on Dollard, and proceeded to act like I've been cutting hair for 15 years, but I just finally got a chair here, and I never cut a head a day in my life.
You shaped up a shape up.
Yo, I shaped up a shape up and got in.
That's what's up.
Yo, real talk.
Okay, so from there to where you are now, you have your own spot. You've had a couple spots. You had a bigger spot. You downsized.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so I worked at Supercuts. Pops fired me twice.
2 times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I worked as a DJ in a club, and I did it at night. And Pops wanted me to focus strictly on barbering, but I found out that I was going to be a father at that time, so I needed the bread. I couldn't and I also had a chair for myself, so I had a business card when I started. Pops didn't want me to have a business card, and then when Ian bought the shop, he told me he didn't want me to have a business card.
You had a business card for
to just give to people to make appointments for haircuts.
Okay.
Because of the person that I was a partner with at the time, she got me my business cards done.
Yeah.
And when I got my business cards done, like everyone else didn't have it. So it kind of just put me to the forefront as far as like innovation, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So that's it. And then same thing. I had another partner. Like I've had partners come and go, and you know, it's just people don't always share the same vision, which is I think natural and normal.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I was at Mint, same thing. Like I'm looking out for self. Like I'm looking out for my hustles. I'm looking out for my independence. So. I started my moving company in the same time that I was cutting at Mint, and it was just, you know, a total success for me because I had a platform to cut hair.
Yeah.
And then I would leave like Batman and go save the day for a move and then come back and cut. But, you know, a lot of talking goes on and people are like, yo, where's Sean? Where's Sean? Where's Sean? Where's Sean? Where's Sean? I guess that can wear on people if they're looking for me and I'm not there. And I'm a barber and I'm talented. So, you know, that's an exercise in opportunity cost, where you can't be in 2 places at once, so something's got to give. So I was the one, again, that had to be excommunicated.
Okay, so we're talking about cutting hair. I remember back in the day, you could give a barber, you know, a little $5.
Yeah.
Hold me down.
Yeah.
What would you say about the pricing? So I'm sure you see influencers online cutting hair, $120, $65. I paid $65 the other day. I never did it before because I could go and get a $10 cut from people I know. What do you say about that and the price hike and the people you see online compared to the barber you may have grew up with?
Well, listen, I didn't have barbers growing up. I was gonna touch on that earlier. Like I was never cool. You know, like, you know, there's certain people that have like a certain element of they're comfortable, swag, drip and swag. I just know. Like, yeah, me, I've always been like awkward. I've always been like kind of late, you know, and I always wish that I was cooler. And I mean, when I started cutting hair, that changed. I feel like something to adjust into, like become, like finally I had something that could give me an identity. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just grateful. Like I'm super thankful that I learned to cut hair. When I see Pops, I give him a big hug, and he's so Jamaican. He's like, yo, come on for me, boy. Come on for me, boy. You know?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I'm like, yo, Pops, thank you, man. Yo, you like literally saved my life. Like
without you, I don't know.
You put me on. So all that to say is that for me, when it comes to cutting, I learned to fade. When I started cutting, like I needed something to stick to, something to hold on to, something to promote mentally. Not even like I was some big time barber or anything like that, but like as the people come in my chair,
they know what to expect.
I took my time to learn how to fade, you know? So like other people, like the people that I learned how to cut with, that's what they were on. It's like, I didn't go to Dora's barber salon school and you know what I mean? Like I didn't go that route. I started cutting hair based off necessity, like rent to pay, like work, you know? So I figured out once again, the same thing as at Foot Locker. I just wanted to be number one on the paper at the end of the day. Like, and there were so many different things that happened with the barber that was next to me, and we were making the same amount of money. I swear, like after 3 weeks, I was like,
it was over.
Yeah, that was like wild to me, you know? So like for me, I'm very progressive, I find, and like I roll with the times. I cut at 40, 50. People give me 100. You know, some people give me 20, some people give me 10. I cut my brother for free. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like people charge what they want and you decide if you want to pay it or not. Like me, I don't do the spray in the corners and all that stuff. And I'm not clowning it. I'm not saying that it's good or it's bad. It's just what I do. You want to fade, you want your haircut to last 3 to 4 weeks. Like that's what I specialize in.
Just to what you know.
So like people will give you the beard massage and the facial, and that costs money.
It does.
So I think rightfully so, like you getting where you fit in, and I charge $40 for a haircut. Simple as that.
So if you need a haircut, tap in with Sean real quick.
Yes, holler at me.
All right. So the moving now. You said you were cutting hair and you would sneak out real quick to do some moving. Did you have a full truck at that time?
No, I had an Econoline.
What's an Econoline?
Econoline is a big minivan, so it's like a
Like what brand was it?
Ford Econoline, GMC Savannah.
Okay.
So it's like a
The 2-door in the back kind of open.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like a delivery truck, a small one.
Okay.
You know, that's what I had. And like stuffing stuff in there, we would break shit all the time, like trying to make everything fit. It's small.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to literally get another truck, but I had to make the money to get the truck.
Yeah.
So I had to build the business to, build my reputation, to invest.
So how tough was that back then? Was this before social media and all that?
No, I rode the social media wave like a surfer.
Okay.
Like
Marketplace.
It came in, I don't remember, I think 2004, like the official Facebook, where people in university were the first ones to have it, because I know a dude that was away and he had it. And when he came back, like he told us about it, and then it kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like how did you basically market it to get clients?
Yeah, Facebook. Honestly, just this was before they had Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, it's figuring itself out. This was when Instagram was just pictures. Like, if you go back and really think about the evolution of these things, like, it's like, as they've evolved, I've evolved. And like, I would post and post on everyone's feed, I guess, at the time, like a picture of my party. That's how we promoted.
Yeah.
And literally, like, people needed stuff. And I don't know who that moved back then, but as a barber and a coach, you knew me. So because of that, I capitalized on that. That was my marketing. That was my market.
Yeah.
So that's why for me it was I won't say effortless, because it was a lot of work, but it was seamless. Like, it was just one move after the next. And I wasn't taking apart the money and going into the club and like buying bottles. Like, yo, I made it. Like, no, I had goals. You know what I mean? I had my son coming. So I never got to really like be an entrepreneur, like a bachelor. Like, no, I had a kid on the way in 2008. So I had to get my mind right. My mind was right, but I had a hustle now that I had to refine. And I had basically the community that helped me grow. Real talk.
Okay, so let's talk about real quick, just what's your goals for the next 2 to 5 years, let's say? Like, where does Sean want to be?
Well, I'm so weird to say, but I'm recently divorced. So I feel like everything that we were working towards was happening. Like, I had all of it. Like, I had everything. And it was kind of just like build my savings, manage my business.
Stability.
Yeah. And now I feel like I'm starting back from scratch. So 5 years from now, I just want to be back where I was last year. Like, as an individual, like, I stand on my own. And that's something I feel like I've always felt the need to do, because like, when you're married, you're not on your own. Like, you take the help. Like, and I'm not saying that I didn't need the help and I didn't want the help. But I feel like, as far as my independence, that's what I wanted. I wanted my independence. So now that I'm independent, now it's like, yo, I'm independent. Now I have to hustle to get back like what I did with somebody. Now I want to do it by myself, And that's the challenge. Once again, like, I'm looking at the paper. I want to be number one, So 5 years from now, there's no number one. There's nobody that I'm competing with. Like, so it's like, I just want to be up. So my goal is to save $150,000, like, liquid cash, to be able to feel at peace, to take a vacation, to take care of my dental, to take care of all the things that other people not say take for granted, but have access to that I don't. Like, it's basically, I want to build a legitimate business with the time that I'm given. I want to grow my business to something that is tangible, like, reputable. Like, documented. I want to have the t-shirts. Like, I want to have a full legitimate business. Right now I have a hustle. So in 5 years, I want to turn my hustle into a legitimate business.
Enterprise.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's up. Last thing. Okay. Any advice for the youth coming up now? Like, picture yourself back, just finished high school, college, school's done. Boom. Now you're like into the real life. But like, we're in a different time now. Any advice for a kid that doesn't want to go to university for 4 or 5 years to get a bachelor in a job where they're sitting in a cubicle, whatever it is, but they want to just get out there hands on? Any advice for them?
Well, for me, I would always say take a trade. Take a trade. Learn how to do something. Because once you learn how to do something, and pick a trade that you could see yourself liking. Like, if you like, we live in a generation where now it's a phone generation. So everything's at your fingertips, but in the real world, the phone is just a tool.
Yeah.
So that transition from understanding that it's entertainment for the kids, but it's a tool for the adults, they have to learn the transition from it being entertainment and how to turn it into a tool. So like, that's me giving advice to the technologically savvy kids that are on a different wave than me. Like me only trying to like help. But for me also, as I say, take a trade, that's what I did. I took an auto mechanic trade and I didn't pursue it, but I still have the knowledge. And so once you have the knowledge, like, you can pivot. Like, if I didn't want to be a mechanic, I went on to becoming a barber. But I also became a truck driver. So now I'm a truck driver with a background in auto mechanics. When things go wrong, the mechanic can't tell me anything, and I'm just like clueless to what they're saying. So there's what is it? An electrician, tradesman, plumbing. Like, get your hands dirty. Like, be a, we live in a world where be a man, be a woman. But if I'm talking to the boys, I'm talking to the girls too.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's get your mind to a space where you realize that you have to be independent. You have to feed yourself. You have to pay for your shelter, where you don't live at home with your parents, we'll say.
Yeah.
And another thing that I did, I watched a lot of American movies, and I always wanted to mimic the coolest person in the movie, which is kind of what I have tried to do, as corny as it may seem or may not seem, whatever. Like, I grew up without my father. I grew up with people that I admired, that I looked to, that had money and asked a lot of questions, so they gave me answers that helped me, that benefited me. And honestly, that's who I am. So when people see me out in the city, like, know that that's who I really am. I care about being around people that are progressive, because it's not easy, and it's hard to make a living, and it's hard now. It's getting harder. For adults, young adults, teenagers. Like, so I lean on my family heavily. I'm thankful for the family that I have, but some people don't necessarily have family, and they don't have anyone that they could turn to. So I was speaking on the movies, because one of the coolest things that I adopted to my way of life as a barber and a mover is that I was paid cash a lot. I was paid cash. I was taught how to accept credit cards. I had to set up a business account, but when I first started, like, I would say 20 years ago, I was making like $200-300 a day, and like $200-300 a day, 5 days a week. But when I got my chair, I started cutting hair. At a barbershop, let's say in April. March. I started in March 2008. And by September, I was cutting out of an apartment as well with a business card. So I was taking appointments after work and building my hustle. So sometimes I was making $400 or $500 a day. And my goal, the way that I saved money was, I still do it now to this day, rubber bands. So I have 2 rubber bands. My goal is to save $2,000.
Okay.
So I wrap the money with these.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I got that from T.I., Rubber Band Man, ATL. I watched that movie, and yo, the man had he had the money, and it was in his radio, in the back of his radio.
Mm-hmm.
And the rubber band wrapped money triggered me to save my money, you know, to build my wealth. And that's how I was able to invest in my business, because I learned how to save my money. That's what I would tell the young kids today. Learn how to save your money, learn how to build your wealth, learn how to build your portfolio, and ride the wave, because one day when you need money and you have it there to use it, you have to also learn to replenish it. So that's the advice that I would give to the youth.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Real quick, can you shout out your socials where people can reach you?
Frederick Movers on Instagram. There's also 514fade_magic on Instagram. There's House of Champions MTL on Instagram. And I'm not on TikTok. I'm a little bit old school. I'm on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. The young ones call me old man because I'm on Facebook. I laugh. And I think that's really almost the socials that I have. I'm a real lifer still.
What's up. That's what's up. That's episode 1 of Hustler's Legacy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you, my boy.